In this video, I want to talk about identifying the female narcissist and the differences and the overlaps between males and female narcissists. Now, it's important to note that male narcissists are mostly overt. There are some covert narcissists out there that are males, but for the most part, in my experience, they're overt. And females are almost 100% of the time covert narcissists until they know that they're exposed, and then they really don't give a they really don't give a crap at all. Whatever is going on in their life, they will do absolutely anything to really destroy your reputation, to destroy any kind of thing you've created. Imagine the female narcissists as the vultures that seek to devour off of anything that you create, and anything that tries to kill what you create is going to be what they're trying to eat. I had dreams when I was dealing with certain female narcissists that I was in certain houses that were supposed to be like mansions. They were very materialistic in nature, but they were supposed to be really nice on the outside, and on the inside, it was still very nice, but it was not what it looked like. And in the dream, when I was in the houses of these women, they were each trying to take pieces of my heart. They were trying to eat my heart as well. And these dreams were very, I guess you could say, they exposed the narcissists around me for sure. And even the ones that I suspected were narcissists, they definitely turned out to be narcissists. And I also want to talk about how the female narcissist correlates with the Jezebel spirit. And the Jezebel spirit, if anybody is not aware, is in the Bible. And in Kings, the book of Kings, they talk about the Jezebel and what happens with the Jezebel. And the Jezebel is essentially a succubus. And now the male version is an incubus, right? I do believe that the Jezebel spirit can possess males. In fact, I do think that it possesses males. I was actually just at the Natural Grocers, a natural grocery store here in town, and I was getting my protein powder, and because I like the protein powder there, I like the style that they have, and I don't usually go to this place for a reason, but I like the location for its product. And the guy that was checking me out at the register, if you could call him a guy, he had painted fingernails. His fingernails were bright pink on one hand and then like bright blue on the other. He was wearing makeup, wearing super long earrings with a cross on them, which I found to be very counterintuitive, to say the least. And then also his hair was very short, but it almost was styled like a lady's short hair version would be. And I immediately thought to myself, okay, this is a demon. Like, this is a guy that is demonically possessed. And he was the only person working there at the time, so I had to go through it. And it really, like, even I didn't even want to look him in the eye, and I could feel it was like he was checking me out in one way or another, not just for the protein powder. And I was really not comfortable with it, mainly because I knew that the spirit within him that he's possessed by could sense my spirit of and light of Christ it was very, like I could feel the demons start to try to penetrate my energy. And I don't know how else to explain it, because of, as an empath, it's very difficult to explain these things sometimes, where the clairvoyance that you have it's very intuitive, and you can literally feel certain things happening in the air. And you can do this, when you're not on semen retention or anything like that, but especially when you're on semen retention, men, and this video is designed for men, to identify the female narcissist, because it's mainly men that I see that have the most difficult time. And the reason being is because they're so seductive. A woman that is a female narcissist will usually try to lure you in with sex, will usually try to lure you in with some kind of sexual activity. And she can dress very not humbly, I guess you could say. And there are certain things that she'll try to do to make you jealous if you're not going to talk to her, which this has happened to me in the past, where a woman that was interested in me, but I found her attractive physically, don't get me wrong, like she was a solid 9 out of 10, very attractive woman. And, she was talking to most guys around, and she was trying to give them compliments. And then she would purposely look at me to see if I'm reacting to the situation. And I stayed stoic. I didn't react. I just stuck to myself. This was at the gym, by the way. And I just stayed to myself. And then she would walk by me purposefully, trying to bend over in certain ways just to get my attention. And of course, I'm a man, so I'm going to notice certain things. And what I say, though, is that you have to discipline yourself, especially with these kinds of Jezebel spirits and female narcissists, is that they know game better than you do for the men that are not experienced, which is, I would say, 70% of men out there. And the reason I would say it's 70% of men out there is because of their attachment styles. I would say also that 70 to 75% of the attachment styles for men and women are insecure. There are only about 25 to 30% of the population that I would say is remotely healthily secure in their relationships. Most of the time it's out of insecurity. And so, anyway, the story goes is that I basically thought to myself, like, am I the only guy that she's not fucking in this place? Like, seriously, am I the only guy that she's not fucking? And she only wants to fuck me because I'm not giving her that attention? Really? Like, that's how women work? Okay, I guess so. But I'm not going to invite anybody into my life that is going to make me lose, right? Like, I'm not going to not let anybody into my life that is actually trying to strive for something better. I'm going to be real, and I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to do my best to be on point, and I will absolutely understand, and I don't want to say covertly expose you, but it's that you will expose yourself just through our interactions, because I'm an honest person, and I try to get to the main root of the interaction as quick as I can, usually whenever I'm with anybody. Of course, I'm having a good time here and there. It's not that I can't have fun. In fact, I like to dance. I like to have a good time when I'm by myself. I like to listen to music, and I just like to dance. It is what it is. I just like to feel good. And if you're a healthy person, you know how to make yourself feel good, right? Like you know these things. So, additionally, the female narcissist is going to seek validation from everybody. And make no mistake, her trying to make you jealous is a red flag. Absolutely a red flag. And if she leads with sex, that is also another red flag. Now, most women also know that no matter if they're a narcissist or not, they know that their sexuality is one of the main components that attract a man to them anyway. However, there's a difference between leading with sex and being sexy, right? Those are two different things. You can be sexy just by doing certain things. Women, I'm talking to you there. There are a variety of different things that you can do to just be sexy. But there are not a lot of things that you can do that if you lead with sex, there's only going to be one or two ways that happen down the road. And the thing about female narcissists is that they can manipulate your emotions better than you understand, because women are highly emotionally intelligent, right? Men were more logical. And women are going to know how to manipulate your emotions to get to the point to where you all of a sudden just feel love for them. But really what that is it's an oxytocin or dopamine hit. You are more than likely, if you are attracting female narcissists time and time again, you are addicted to sex. You are addicted to some kind of sexual allure that these women have. And you also likely have some mother wounds that you still need to address and deal with. And likely it is also the case that you are... There's a song, I think is it Simple Man by Leonard Skinner? Where it's like lust is the rich man's gold or something like that. And a lot of the times when you get successful, like Mike Tyson, for example. Mike Tyson was on semen retention up until he was about, 23, 24, something like that. And he was a world champion in boxing. And then what happened? He started fornicating. He started getting around a lot of female narcissists. And he started doing a lot of not so good things himself that got him into terrible, terrible situations. And it was the allure of the opposite sex that captivated him to do these things. And it ultimately led to him not getting the certain titles or him ending up in prison as well. So, but I do have nothing but respect for Mike Tyson now. He's become a wise old sage. I know a lot of people may not understand him, but I do think he's trying to make a genuinely positive impact in the world now. And he has learned from his mistakes, and he's a wise warrior in a lot of different ways. But the point is that when you're on semen retention also, you are going to attract a lot of these Jezebel spirits. You're going to attract a lot of different kinds of women because you're operating at a level that is higher than most people in general. If you go 30 days without, if you go 30 days on semen retention, you have to understand that there's maybe 1% of the population of the world that can do that. So your energy, your vitality, your virility is going to be off the charts compared to some of these women that they're used to anyway, that are compared to other men. And when women interact with you, it's going to be a whole different ball game. And so you're going to have a lot of different kinds of energies attract, and you're also going to be purifying yourself throughout this retention journey of yours. you have to understand that your body and your experiences are going to purify themselves the longer that you are on retention. And this is something that I realized about 3 months into retention. So last year, I'm approaching 1 year now, just here in a couple weeks, albeit 1 year, apart from, all of the occasional wet dreams or anything like that occur that I do not count as a relapse. And if you want to learn more about that, I have a video on wet dreams and sex dreams from a few weeks ago that you can check out. But back to the main topic. The female narcissist is going to be attracted to you, and she's going to try to lure you in. And if you have the discipline, you're going to be able to say no pretty easily. It's not going to even be an issue for you because you know what it's like. You've seen it before. And most female narcissists, actually just in general, most females behave the same. Like, whenever a girl likes me, I can tell now. Like I didn't used to be that way. And this is also something that I guess should also be addressed. Think about this. So I was almost 200 pounds up until about a year and a half, 2 years ago. I guess 2 years ago now. And I had almost never gotten attention. I probably get the percentage of attention that I get from women now compared to then. I got then probably about maybe 1 to 3% of the attention that I get now from women. And with that being said, I thought to myself a few weeks ago, because it started to really mess with me, really, like all the attention that I was getting, it started to really mess with me because I've been working on my physique. I've been making sure I'm consistent with the gym. I've been eating better. I've been doing a lot of different things, saving money, investing money, doing a lot of different activities. I'm staying on my grind. I'm doing my thing. And women can sense that, right? But it kind of got to my head a few weeks ago. And I was just realizing, like, wow, I kind of feel like I'm biting off more than I can chew because I'm getting a lot of these choosing signals from women all the time. And it's like I can't even go to the store without a woman trying to, like, covertly approach me. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, oh my gosh. Now, this has only been happening for maybe 5 months, 6 months. It's increased a lot over the past couple months, but over the past 5, 6 months, this is happening more and more frequently. And I thought to myself, holy shit, this is exactly what women have been feeling like for most of the time, whether they're average women or not, or super attractive women, I can only imagine. But like even the average woman is getting this kind of attention from men all the time, 24/7. She's got DMs in her Instagram. She's got likes on Twitter or whatever. She's got TikTok videos that are being commented on. She's et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. She is so used to the attention. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I would be a bitch too. Like, that's why most women today are narcissists. It's because I would be a bitch too if I got all of that attention. Imagine just existing, just going to the store and you're always getting attention. And that's when I was like, wow, this is really eye-opening to me. And so, brothers, know what you're dealing with and know that you are on this path for a reason, and you have to have the discernment and pray for discernment on this path that you are making the proper choices and making and going in the right directions. It can be very challenging to resist some of these women. I'll tell you right now, the 9 out of 10, it was hard to resist. And it was very, very difficult for me because I had never had a woman that was that attractive aggressively try to pursue me. And that's another thing I guess I should mention as well, is that the female narcissist will be more aggressive in her sexual advances. She will not be prudent. Make no mistake. She will not be prudent. There's nothing wrong with a woman going after what she wants. I'm not saying that at all. But if she's being overly sexually aggressive, no. I would stay away from that one. So, with that being said, I hope this message was useful and insightful. And to all the brothers out there, stay on your grind, stay focused, and continue doing what you know is best for you and the greater good of humanity. You have to be selfish. I hate to say it because that's not really how the world ought to be all the time. But I've learned also that the more selfish you are, the more you have to give later on down the road. And when you have more to give, you become more valuable. So become more valuable. Be someone that can give more than they need to take. Peace be with you guys. Till next time.